Hi everyone, welcome back to another tutorial. My name is Dee. If you're new here, please consider subscribing to my channel for more crochet content. So today I'm going to be showing you how I made this V-stitch ruffled skirt. It's a quick project to make, so it won't take long, and I love how it turned out. I hope you enjoy the tutorial. So yeah, let's dive into it. Making this skirt is very easy. All you need to know is how to make a double crochet, how to make a chain, and how to make a slip stitch. That's all you need to know. And you're also going to need your hip measurement. That's what we're going to use around the the waist, and then we're going to add a drawstring to fit around, for it to fit around our waist. Okay, so as you can see, I used a different kind of chaining. I call them loops. I chained a total of 53 loops, as I'll be showing you guys in the video, but I'll be using a smaller version of this. And then once we get to this part where we do the ruffles, that's when I'll bring in this exact skirt. Okay, so you're going to need about 2 balls of this yarn if you're making a size large to extra large, but if you're making these smaller sizes, even this one skein is enough. Okay, so I only used 1.5, so that's why I say you need like 2. Make a slip knot. Insert your hook and make a chain of 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Then you're going to yarn over and skip 1, 2, 3, and into the 4th you're going to make a double crochet. And after this, you're going to create this loop here, which we're going to work into next. So chain 3, then yarn over and insert your hook in that loop and make a double crochet. You're going to do that again. Chain 3, yarn over, and into the loop you just created, you're going to place there a double crochet. Chain 3 and repeat. So this is the chain that's gonna go around your waist. So basically this is the foundation chain of the skirt that we're going to be making. After making the chain, you're going to make sure that when you stretch it, it should be able to get to your hip measurement. Okay, for this sample, I only chained 30. It's 30 loops. And when stretched, it gets to 25 inches. So I already told you guys at the beginning how many chains I chained for my actual skirt. So here I'm just showing you how I started it, and then we'll do the rest with my skirt. Okay, so next we are going to make sure that the chain is not twisted. We're going to be working in rounds, and we're going to work over these double crochets. Okay, so you can see that we have the double crochets at the bottom, and we have the chains. We have the double crochets on top, and we have the chains at the bottom. Okay, so make sure your chain is not twisted, and you're going to slip stitch into that first loop that you have. Insert your hook and pull through all. So we're now going to start working in rounds. Chain 4, which is going to count as a double crochet, and a chain 1. Then into that same space you're going to make a double crochet, and this marks our first V stitch. Okay, into the next loop you're going to insert your hook and make a double crochet, chain 1, double crochet into that same space. Into the third loop you're going to insert your hook and make a double crochet, chain 1, double crochet into that same space. So we're going to repeat that all the way around. This pattern is super easy and fast to work with. Repeat the same pattern until you get to the end of the round. So here I have one loop left to work into, and I'm going to place there a double crochet, a chain 1, and a double crochet, and then I'm going to slip stitch on top of the third chain. But before you slip stitch, please make sure your work is not twisted. Okay, so you should have something like this. The second round is easy, and that's what we're going to keep repeating over and over until we have enough length. So next you're going to slip stitch in the chain 1 space and chain 4, which counts as a double crochet and a chain 1. Then in that same space you're going to make a double crochet, insert your hook in the next chain 1 space and make a double crochet, chain 1, double crochet. So basically we're skipping 2 stitches, and into the chain 1 space we're making a double crochet, a chain 1, a double crochet in the same space. Like that, and that's what we're going to repeat for this round until we get to the end of the row. So go ahead and do that. I'll meet you at the end of the round. Here I'm completing my second round, and I have one more V-stitch left. To complete the second row, you're going to slip stitch on top of the third chain, like that, and then slip stitch in the chain 1 space, and then you should have something like this. To start the third row, we are chaining 4, then double crochet into that same space, then make a V-stitch into the next V-stitch or the next chain 1 space, yarn over, skip 2, and into the next chain 1 space, make a double crochet, chain 1, double crochet into the same space. And that's what you're going to repeat for this row as well until you get to the end of it. I'm at the end of my third round, and I'm going to slip stitch on top of the third chain, slip stitch in the chain 1 space, then chain 4, and then I'm going to repeat row 2 and 3. Okay, that's what you're going to repeat until you have enough length that you want. In the next clip, I'm going to be showing you guys the actual skirt that we are making in this tutorial, and this was just a sample to show you guys how to start it because it's pretty simple. So let's continue. Hey guys, I'm back and I have completed 37 rows, and I'm going to show you how long my skirt is. So it is about 18.5 inches long. Okay, you can make it longer or you can make it shorter depending on what you're going for. So next we're going to make the ruffles at the bottom of our skirt, and this tutorial will be over with. Okay, So this is where I left off. This is where I slip stitched into to complete my last row. So what you're going to do is chain 4 like how we've been doing, 1 2 3 4, and into that same space make a double crochet, then chain 1, and again in that same space you're going to make a double crochet. So you have the chain 4, the chain 4 counts as 1 double crochet and a chain 1 in between, and then a double crochet, a chain 1, and a double crochet all in the same space. Once you're done with that, you're going to yarn over and into the next V space. Let me zoom in. Okay, once you're done with this, you're going to yarn over and into the next V space you're going to make 1 double crochet, chain 1, 1 double crochet, chain 1, 1 double crochet again in that same space. So we're making 1 double crochet, we're making 3 double crochets in the same space separated with a chain 1 in between, and we're going to repeat that. 1 double crochet, chain 1, 1 double crochet, chain 1, 1 double crochet in the same space. Your work should look like that. All right, I'm going to continue with that. All right, you're going to repeat that all the way around, and I'll meet you guys right here at the end. I'm at the end of my first row for ruffles, and when you get to the end, you're going to slip stitch on top of the 3rd chain, just like how we've been doing. So slip stitch, then slip stitch in the next chain 1 space, chain 4, and make a double crochet into that same space you slip stitched into, or where the chain is coming out of. Okay, chain 1, then double crochet again in that same space, yarn over, double crochet into the next space, chain 1, double crochet into the same space, chain 1, double crochet into the same space. So what we're doing is the same row we just completed. We're making more increases for this row, making 2 double crochets, making 1 double crochet, chain 1, 1 double crochet, chain 1, 1 double crochet all in the same space. And that's what we're going to repeat for this row, for this round, until we get to the end. So just repeat that same thing. When you get to the end of your 2nd row of the ruffles, you're going to slip stitch on top of the 3rd chain. Then slip stitch into the next chain 1 space, chain 4. This time it's gonna be different, so double crochet into that same space, yarn over, insert your hook into the next chain 1 space, chain 1, yarn over into the next chain 1 space, make a double crochet, chain 1, double crochet again in that same space. So you're going to repeat this all the way around. Okay, you're going to repeat that, making V stitches in every chain 1 space. A V stitch again is 1 double crochet, chain 1, 1 double crochet in the same space. So I'll keep repeating this until I get to the end of the row, and I'll show you guys what to do next. All right, I'm at the end of my row. This is my 3rd row of the ruffles. So I'm going to slip stitch on top of the third chain, then slip stitch again into the chain 1 space, then chain 4, make a double crochet into that same space, yarn over, skip 2, and into the next chain 1 space make 2 double crochets, yarn over, skip 2 stitches, and skip 2 double crochets, and into the chain 1 space you're going to make a double crochet, chain 1, double crochet again into that same space. And that's what you're going to repeat. And basically we are repeating row 3, the row 3 we made for ruffles. That's what we're going to repeat, making V-stitches in the previous row of V-stitch. Okay, so you're going to repeat that until you have enough ruffles for your skirt, until you're satisfied. So I'll keep repeating that until I have enough for myself, and then I'll be back to show you guys how many I made. At the end of your last row, you should be having something like this. So we made 2 rows of increase and 2 rows of no increase. So for the ruffles in total we have made 4 rows. And once you get to the end, you're going to slip stitch on top of the first chain, okay, and then cut off the yarn and weave in your ends. After making your ruffles, you're simply going to make a chain. So make a slip knot and make a chain long enough to go around your waist. So that's what I'm going to be doing until I have enough, and then I'll be back. After making your chain, I really don't know how many chains I made, but I didn't count them, that's what I mean. But it's long enough to go around my waist, so I'm now going to pull it through the same loops that we started with. And I'm pulling it through, in and out, so I'm going to do that all the way around the skirt. And this is how your work should be looking at this point. So these 2 chains will be tied here in front, but before that I wanted to cut off these strands, so I made a knot. So you're going to make a knot here in front. Like so. Or if you want, you can tie this from the back and just tie the strand right there. So I think that's it for today, guys. Thank you so much for watching.